Hey, what's that sound? Y'all hear that? Well, it sounds like another train is swinging by the station with a brand new challenge and a brand new Let's Play. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back! All aboard because we are on another trip on the good old rails here in Railroad Tycoon 2. Woo woo! Howdy, folks. It's Morcroft the Barbarian, or should I say, all aboard. Welcome to our brand new Let's Play here in Railroad Tycoon 2. And we are going to be revisiting an old concept that we did the last time here. The challenge is quite simple. Get as much personal net wealth and book value as we possibly can, and that'll be our final score. In our last challenge, we did it on the United States map, did a full-blown 175-year playthrough from 1850 all the way up to our current year, or whatever, if you're watching this after January, it will be the current year, 2025. You know what I'm talking about. But so we're going to be revisiting that again. But this time there's going to be a few changes here, mainly two big ones. So, of course, you know the buttons to hit for this adventure of ours, and let me introduce the scenario before we get started. So, as I mentioned in the opening, the challenge is quite simple. We have to accumulate as much personal net wealth and book value as possible. To get our final score, we're going to add both. And then the multiplier, there's actually going to be two this time around. I'll explain what the second one is in a minute. But the first one is basically simple. We complete whatever objective we do, the metal objective we do on the scenario here. So if we get a gold, we triple our score. If we get a silver, we double it. If we get a bronze, it is what it is. And if I just straight up flunked the objective, as in I just got so distracted by making money I completely forgot that existed, the score gets cut in half. So that will be kind of a multiplier. So it's in our best interest to do the scenario metal here. Now that's basically one metal, the multipliers here. That brings us to the two changes. The last time we did this, we did it on the United States map. And we started in the year 1850. Not this time around, though. We're going someplace else. And for this playthrough, we are going to Central Europe. Yep, that is right. We are going across the Atlantic, and we are going to Europe. That way, that continent doesn't feel left out. And I figured it'd be a nice little challenge here. That is change number one. Change number two... We are starting at 1875 this time. So this time it's only a 150-year playthrough instead of 175. And therein lies the second multiplier, which is I'm going to have to adjust the time a little bit to make it equal to what we did in the last playthrough. That multiplier does not get adjusted, so it's whatever 175 divided by 150 is. But long story short, you add all that up and you get our final score. So once again, we'll have to do whatever the objective is for this map is, but otherwise all things stay the same like they were the last time. We'll be using expert level financials and industrial models and bringing us down to 10%, just like we did in the last time we did this playthrough. So now that we've got, and of course we're the only player here because I don't want to deal with any funny business. Maybe next time I'll throw in some computer players just to make it more spicy. But anyways, that's going to be our scenario. Otherwise, this is going to be a nice calming let's play once we get done with the objective. So, you know what buttons to hit as always. And with that, all aboard, everyone. Alright, so what's in front of us is the gold here. Central Europe is open for some aggressive railroading. Isn't that an understatement? You'll have full access to all territories except major cities, which you will need to convince to let you in. Well, how dare you? So here's the deal. Bronze. We need to connect all 6 of the hub cities within 25 years, so we got till this hits 1900 to do that. For a silver, we're going to need to do that and have a personal net wealth of 15 million. Gold, we needed to have the company book value of 40 million as well as I'm guessing the two above. So we got to connect the 6 major cities here and then basically get 15 million in personal net wealth and 40 million of book value. Once we do that, we are free to spend the remaining 125 years of this playthrough getting that up and running. So, what are these 6 cities that we need to connect to? Because we got access to everything except the major cities here. So, the cities we need to connect to are London, Paris. Let's see. Oh, I see a third one. Berlin, Munich, Venice, and Vienna. None of these cities will let us in right from the jump, but we can go wherever we want to. But we have till 1900 to connect all 6 of those destinations, and then it's just a matter of going from there. So the best way to do this is quite obvious. Build a rail from London to probably Venice or Vienna, connecting Paris and the 2 German cities along the way, and go from there. As I'm looking at this right now, yeah, definitely going through the mountains, or I could do what I did in that one scenario here, where I could use the southern Mediterranean route. Venice is probably going to be the hard one to get to. The remaining ones, like Austria and Berlin, are probably going to be okay. This also was going to be a pain in the you-know-what, because, well, the only way we're getting from France to Britain is a single track across the English Channel. Yes, the game will let you do that, but that's going to be really annoying, and that's going to create a very bad bottleneck, too, on top of that. So we may need to get creative there. Otherwise, yeah, it's basically the scenario we're looking at for right now. So there you go. That is our scenario in a nutshell. All right. So now that we've got that, where do we start? Again, we are allowed to go anywhere we want except the major cities here. I'm thinking either to get the Venice is the hard one. We can either go for the mountains north of Trieste here or the southern route. I'm going to play this off of where I start off. I kind of would like 2 close cities here. Aha, I think we found our area in Belgium over here. Okay, is it just me, or last time I checked, I think Amsterdam and Rotterdam are both in the Netherlands. That could just be me. I don't know. Maybe my geography is off, but I could have sworn you two belong to here. LOL game. All right. Speaking of this, I come over here because I see 2 cattle farms and a meat packing plant. And 2 decently sized cities in Antwerp and Brussels, which is in Belgium, but apparently half in France, which again makes no sense. LOL game. But we're going to pretend like that's an oversight. Okay, so the ports do demand 1. We also have a port here that demands goods and can bring in sugar, so I think we have our spot. Let's see. Barbarian and Alpha was last time, so let's do something else. It's only right that we do this. Paladin and Rogue it is. That is not how you spell Rogue, even though, quite frankly, it is. There we go. There it is. So we have a wizard signal. You know what? The bird works. All right, Paladin and Rogue has been established. Let's just keep with the theme with what we did last time here. So let's see. Can we make it over there? That's all I want to know. 464. Okay, we're good. Again, we are allowed access to any territory we want except the major cities, so I guess Paris will go first, since it's the closest. But we will worry about Paris. I'm assuming there's probably some special things here that'll let us go. So let's just connect that. We'll slap down 2 stations. Hopefully I didn't just play myself here. Alright, that's fine. I will do just the bare minimum here. I'm not going to worry about any other things. And then we'll just do... I'll start the game, and... What do we want? 8-wheelers it is. 8-wheelers it is. Okay. Since they're kind of slow, we'll just do it like that. You can start in Antwerp. Alright, and we are off and running. I probably should have done this right from the start, but Adam Oakes is coming along, or Ames Oakes is coming along. And we're fine there. Okay. So we are effectively off and running now. This might take a little while, but I would like to get us to Brussels afterwards. That train's kind of left empty-handed, but so be it. I just realized we're probably going to need to have this reduced by 1. Alright, minor oversight on my behalf, but that's fine. And speaking of which, apparently there's no... You know what? I'm going to turn that on for right now. Hold on a minute. No, I don't want to go to the main menu. Where is it? We'll do the arrival bell for right now. It's fine. Just so we know when trains show up. It's all good. Actually, if I was a little bit smarter about this, I would have actually, you know... done that part. Alright. I'm going to see if I can move this along to Brussels. Now, here's the problem. International borders. They are a thing in this scenario. So custom stations are going to have to be kind of standard, but for right now I can't really afford them. So we'll just pretend like that's not happening for right now until I get some money in my coffers. Alright. There we go. So we'll build a 3rd train for right now. And then I would like to get this next, if I can. And then we can connect to Rotterdam after we're done here. So, let's see. I'm actually going to do it. Issue stock. We'll grab an early bond. And those custom houses I was talking about, we should probably build those. Yeah. That wouldn't be such a bad idea for right now. Alright. Now, let's go over to Rotterdam. Alright, so we have secured the meat packing facility. That's kind of what I wanted. And we'll get a roundhouse for you, too. Alright. Trains don't really matter in regards to what direction they're going in. It's just, I just need to have them. And then, let me grab this. I'll mirror you. There you go. That's what we were looking for. All right. I'm going to need to wait a little bit and get some moolah on me. There you go. 3 per year, so we can theoretically do this. Who pays the most for food here? Let's see. 4 for everyone, so I'll just send it to the farthest station I see, which is Brussels. Alright. That works, and we're off. Alright, yeah. Or suspend the dividend, whatever. We don't need it. It's stupid. Alright, whatever. Alright, so let's see. I know, we have no money at the moment, but that'll change slightly. So where to now, I guess? Well, let's see. Let's try... let's see what Paris wants. Paris wants us to pay $369,000 to get in. Not exactly nice, but it is what it is. There is an awfully long gap between Brussels and Boulogne. And then that's, as I mentioned, that's going to lead us right into London. That is an awfully long gap. What I want to do is try to keep trains in their same country if I can. That way I don't have to mess around with anything, with borders too much. So if a train's going to Belgium, it's staying in Belgium. They might do like 1 or 2 trains, depending on if it's a bigger city, but otherwise I want to keep it as is. So it only makes sense to go into Nijmegen. So let's see. What would be the best way to do this? I eventually want this to go this way towards Dusseldorf. But for right now, we're fine at it. So let's see. And then there's some grain facilities in the Netherlands we could use. So probably right here is where I'm thinking. Alright. So it turns out this will now have to be converted to double. And then a little down the line, this will be a bridge over towards the Netherlands. I have to build a large station in order to get all of that. Alright, we'll give it some time. That's not what I wanted. Ah, there we go. Alright. Not what I wanted to be doing, but so be it. And then, let's see. Alright, so let's see here. I want to do 2 trains, another cattle one. And that'll go to this Nijmegen. And then just the standard passenger one. Okay, game. I see what you're doing, and I don't like it. Alright. Alright, there we go. We got that set up. Excellent. Can I do anything with the stock market? Yes, I can. Alright. Always good to get more shares this early in the game if you can. Alright, so now the next task would be to get these grain silos that are up here in the Netherlands. We've got a bakery down in Brussels, in Rotterdam, and Amsterdam. Our cattle facilities can certainly use it. Oh no, our tool and die can't use iron anymore. Such a shame. Oh well. Alright. So I actually do want... it's going to cost $350. So that would be the next step, to try to get as far north as we can here. Actually, because I like money, we're going to buy the meat packing plant. Why the heck not? Alright, and I gotta speed this up just a little bit, so let's see. Gonna be buying more. Give me a bond, and we're off. Don't worry, we'll pay those later. Alright, if I can get this, that'd be great. I need a medium station. How dare you? Although, wait a minute now. Aha! I knew there was a way to do this. So we need those 2. I'll put a grain silo over here too. Might as well. And I would like to have a roundhouse in Nijmegen as well. There we go. So we got that set up, and we got the dairy farm, even though that really doesn't do much. We have 2, so I can do 2 trains here. So we're going to do... Aha! I want that one. That one's a little bit better. Although, we're on flat land right now. Yeah, let's stick with the 8-wheeler. We're on flat land. We don't need to do anything fancy. We have 1 going to Brussels and 1 go, so we'll spread this out a little bit. So let's see. So we got 1 going to Rotterdam, and then 1, we'll send 1 to Brussels with a stop in Amsterdam with a stop in Antwerp on the way back. Okay, that'll work. Let's try to spread this out just a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Ah, I did the wrong train. Dang it. All right, that's going to be a little bit of a slight costly mistake. Excuse me. Oopsies. There we go. Try to keep them the same. Not bad. All right, so where to now? You know what? Let's move on to Paris, shall we? We'll try to get Paris and London hooked up to our network, respectively. That'll be kind of the next task on our to-do list. So I actually want to go to Boulogne-sur-Mer first because of this. That's basically what I want first rather than to go to Paris, so... This right here, so let me see. Oh, the track doesn't even have to be connected, but it makes sense to connect to the network, so... See that right there? That's essentially what I'm looking for, but you can see the problem right off the bat. It's costly, and that's what I was talking about with the single bridges. I'm not going to build the bridge first, but I'm going to build down here first. So let me connect to what we have. This is basically a super important station because it's now going to require me to... Alright, we'll bring that later, but you know what I'm trying to go for. We build the station here, connect across. It's going to take $1 million to build that whole thing out. So we'll get this one up and running. I need the customs house. I'm going to need a roundhouse for this, too. So, unfortunately, this is going to require me to build... Oh, that's great. Cool. Recession. Just what I wanted. Who doesn't want a recession? All right. Hudson's going to have to stop buying some stock here because this is not going to work. All right. Let me get this up first. I'm just going to build 2 trains here. That's as far as I'm willing to take it, because again, there's that whole thing of international borders. I don't want to mess around with it if I don't have to. We'll build 1, and then we'll just build a 3rd train just to head out of there. This is the only train that's allowed to leave Belgium with passengers. I know, again, this is not Belgium, but that's not my fault. Oh, man. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. What am I doing? Ah, you could do that. I mean, let's just build another train. There we go. That works a little bit better. Try to take advantage of this grain over here. The wool we can only send to Antwerp and Amsterdam. I am not worried about either one of those. At some point I'll learn. We have our first breakdown of the game. Only took 3 years to pull it off, but here we are. Oh, man. You know what? I can send the other one to Antwerp. That's fine. And then the goods, I wish I could send them to this port over here, but we'll leave it. So now let's go back over here. That's nice. I don't want that, though. I want Paris. 334, yes, please. We'll do it. So now we're allowed to build in Paris. That's what I was looking for. So it only makes sense to build a station here. Yeah, that's right. You announced that to the world. Over here, we'll go over to Seine and connect to our existing track, and then we'll go from there. And then the problem becomes, can we get to London? Yeah, London would make the next most logical sense. But again, $1 million is needed to get across. There is that problem. Oh no, the canneries don't... Raw coffee is not allowed. Oh no, how terrible. Anyways. Alright, I'm going to stop buying stock here because we can't keep going on that. Alright, let's just get to Paris. That's kind of what we're looking for. The beauty of this scenario is that at minimum, we don't have to worry about... Alright, I want to put the station right here. We don't have to worry about connecting our track. See if we can leave it unconnected, so... Oh, this works out brilliantly. I'm going to leave that as is. We're going to slowly build up to our main line over here. Connect to our first city of 2. There we go. We now need a stone bridge to go to bypass this river. So we're going to need at least 300 grand here. Now I'm going to try to avoid issuing stock if I can. Just because from a personal net wealth perspective, it's not going to hurt. Alright, and then bring you up to the main line. Have a connection ready to go right to Paris when we're... London, excuse me, when we're ready. Pretty certain London's in England, but, I mean, who knows. Anyways. Of course, customs. What else is new? I'm not going to worry about the technicalities there, but what I will worry about is getting the station to Paris connected. And there you go, folks. We got Paris connected. Hooray. Let there be rejoicing. 1 down, 5 to go. And now, back to our passenger lines here. We'll start one in Paris and have it go there. And it can go to Brussels too. But that's all I'm going to do for right now. We're not going to oversaturate things. We'll try to keep it inside the network here. Actually, there's a lot of cattle coming out from there. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to be careful. Food prices are starting to get down there. There we go. All right, now we're beginning to roll here. So that works out well. So we got Paris connected. That's the first city. London's going to be a whole different challenge. Again, we need $1 million just to get across this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's going to cost us $1 million just to get across over here the English Channel. That is brutal. One sneaky little thing we could do, because the game will actually allow us to do this, is just build disconnected train tracks and then worry about it later on. So alternatively, if I really wanted to, we could buy London's rights and then just start in England, since the networks are basically going to be disconnected here. All right, that works. Well, I might go on that idea, because I'm looking around at... That's nice. Hold on, let me pause the game here. So I'm looking round at France. There really isn't that much to go on here. Yes, we have a grain facility, which might help our thing over here, and help Le Mans, which I wouldn't mind doing, I suppose. Rennes might be a little bit too far, and Brest would be too far for the time being. Bourges maybe too, but I would prefer Le Mans. That would probably be as far as I can go. Poitiers, I mean, maybe not. Yeah, without kind of a, remember, trains are kind of slow right now. Without one nearby, I know there's one in Antwerp, but without one nearby, I don't feel comfortable going to it. Again, the distances are quite large as of right now, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. Alright, I see none of these are good to buy yet. So I guess what we will do is go over and pay Le Mans a visit so we can get some of this grain shipped over to there. The question becomes what happens in England, and I might build a separate network over here, especially since both are disconnected. So let us do that. So we'll resume everything. Get the Le Mans station up and running. That's as far as I'm going in France for right now. Remember, this is kind of a... the sandbox will apply afterwards, so we can go wherever the heck we want after we're done with our objectives here. Certainly, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah, we'll go to Le Mans. Do I have a grain silo over here? No, you forgot something, buddy. All right. So we got that. Alright, so we're doing that. You go to Le Mans. You go to Le Mans. But you're not going to be able to go to London, I'm afraid. And you can go to Le Mans. Alright. Speaking of Le Mans. Oh, good, the economy is back on track. Bravo! That took long enough. How dare you? How dare you try to saddle me with the depression? Alright, there we go. We got that set up, and we're off. Alright, so that concludes that part now. As I mentioned, Rennes is a little bit too far to be sending grain, probably, for the time being. There's a paper Brest too. We've got wool mills, but with no textile mill in sight, it really makes no sense. Dijon's a little bit too far as well here. Bourges, same thing. And we can no longer use the iron for the tool and die facilities as it's been brought up, so it would get a I mean, theoretically, we could if I play this correctly. But where would I send the goods? That's my only problem. Game, that was kind of rude. Okay. That never gets old, apparently. All right, well, that train crashed. All right, whatever. Oversight on my behalf. I'm going to have a talk with our safety engineer. Speaking of which, hold on a minute. See, that's not going to help us. Neither is he, because there's no electric trains yet, so this is kind of useless. If I didn't need $1 million to get across the English Channel, I would do Roy B. White or hire him. No. That's not happening. We'll stick with Ames Oaks for right now. The market is back, so we'll buy up some more shares. The more the merrier. I'm going to give myself a small quarter dividend. Very small. I'm not going to really burn as much cash here as possible. Let's keep that down. It's 215. All right. So I think what I'm going to do now, is there any other place we could go towards? Dusseldorf, Dortmund, you look attractive, or no? No. There's also this random port here outside of Bremen, too. Am I sending goods over there? I think I have an idea. Some more, no. That stinks. No, that's the only place. See, if I had a port over here, this would help a ton, but nah, it's all the way in Germany over here, which is not ideal. Yeah, prosperity. Oh, brother. All right. I think what I'm going to do, what if I build this over to here? I'm thinking, because I really want to get the steel mill involved here, but I'm not really planning on utilizing Borges too much. 576, so that's half the trip to London. Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to do here. This is going to work a little bit better. We're going to build the British network separately. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We do that separately. So let's wander over. London costs almost 400K. I'll take those rights. Thank you very much. So there's 2. And I think what I'll do is I will let this... Yep. Makes pact with London. All right. And let's see what we're at now. We'll make some adjustments here. So we'll let this year go by. There's the stock split. Yippee. All right, we're growing quite nicely. All right. So there we go. So let's see. Is there any other industries I could buy here first? No. 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 Yes. Yes. That's looking good. No. No. And there's plenty of grain to go around here on top of that. So maybe I send it here. Okay. Maybe I build like another train or so over here. You know what? I think I'll do that. Hold on. Got 1 Rotterdam, Amsterdam. Rotterdam, Amsterdam. So Brussels could use 1. Okay, we can do that. I will hook you up here. All right, there we go. So we got that one all set. And then this doesn't really mean anything for right now until we get like a some closer facilities, basically. So there are 2. Oh, I do see 2 more cattle yards over here, but we'll leave it as is. And then Luxembourg's. Ooh, I didn't realize this. Okay, that could be very useful. Okay, I think I know what I want to do here. I was going to end this, but hold on a minute. All right, we got to be careful of the hill here. All right. I'll do one more game here, and I think we'll end this episode here. So let's see. So let's do this correctly. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to try to connect to Luxembourg here, and that'll finish it off. And then we'll just simply build this out. Oh, that's not connected. Hold on. There we are. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go. Linked up. Everything's good. And now we will move over to Luxembourg, even though this really is not part of the plan. Okay. Let's get a roundhouse over here, too. Of course, we need a customs house. Now, Luxembourg's kind of its own little country over here, so I don't really want to send too many passenger lines, but maybe we'll just send 1 south and 1 north. All right. There we go. And then we'll send a second one out. I know this makes no sense, but so be it. And then we'll leave it for right now. Okay, we'll send 2 out. Luxembourg, of course, has the cattle here. So actually, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to pay this port here outside of Bremen a little visit here. Because I would prefer to send goods overseas. And we will make our first stop here in Germany, here in Bremen Junction. So there we go. That has now been established. Another breakdown, wonderful, but no, we're not going to worry about it. So let's see. So I'm going to do 2 here. Is this the one I want? No. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Actually, does you need sugar over here? No. Oh, it does! So it's a little bit of a bonus. We can actually send 2 food over here, too. Oh, very nice. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. So that train is off to Antwerp, and then we'll do the same for Amsterdam, too. So let's see. Amsterdam, Bremen Junction. 3 things of goods. 2 sugars. And it will be off in a brief moment, but that's okay. All right, there we go. So there we go. We got that all set up now. Now, if I really wanted to, I could go to Bremen and kind of, You know, this probably might be the best way to get to Berlin, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not planning on going there just yet, but I think that might actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might very well be the best way to get to Berlin, and I'm going to need to double track it anyway, so there you go. Ooh, can we get enough to get over? We got 1 million. I'd like to try to get that first before I do anything further. Actually, I'm going to do something else while I'm at it. Let's build a little bit of a shortcut over here outside of Brussels. Hold on. Game will let me do it. Come on, game. Well, okay. It's having me go north. I was hoping I could thread this needle over here, but I suppose that's fine, too. A little bit of a shortcut to get to where we want to go over here. All right, hold on. There's no load gold, but I suppose this wouldn't be a bad idea either, so maybe. Alright, now hold on before the game goes any further with this. Hey! I said before it goes any further. Ugh. It went further, whatever. On the flip side, we now have a new facility outside of Rotterdam that's going to be super useful. But we need to do something more important here. There. There's your 1 million, and there's your bridge to England. Again, I know. It's single track. That's going to hurt a little bit. But if I can get this to London, we're good. And I think I think I may have to cross the Thames. Maybe right about here is what I'm thinking. Okay, so maybe it doesn't need me to connect to the Thames. Okay. You know what? Let's see what we can do here. There's a house in the way of what I wanted to do here. I may have to delete that house. Ugh. This station just became way more expensive. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, it is going to be more expensive. Or I could put it right here. So I need to cross the Thames, but I don't delete a single thing. All right, hold on. That works a little bit better. I don't want to delete any buildings if I don't have to. We'll deal with the thing in a minute. All right, hold on, because I'm impatient. Come on, game. Hurry up a little bit. I got stuff to do. All right. There we go. And there we go. So we did it, folks. We got 2 cities out of 6 connected. London has officially been connected. Paris has been connected. Excellent. This is working out quite nicely. So we basically got 2 out of 6, and we still got about 19 years left. Again, we got till game year 1900, so we're going to have to push east towards Berlin and the remaining 4 cities. Berlin would be next. Munich is all the way down here, so and then it looks like we're going to be choosing the Alps route here through Venice and Vienna. That is fine. I don't mind. So that's going to be our plan. Try to get those 6 cities first, and then we'll let the rest of it build on. So I'm going to save this game, call it official, and we are off and running. So as always, thank y'all so much for watching this brand new Let's Play. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you next time out where we will try to get this scenario planned out. And then get some more money, because, you know, I like money. Peace out, y'all.